Welcome back, friends, to the Castro Valley News live show. My name is Roberto. This is the live show we do every Tuesday night from 7 to 8 or 8:30 p.m. We're going to roll over. Um, we're going to roll this show to 8:30 tonight because we have a guest that we'll be speaking to around 7:30 ish. With that said, let's start off this episode 218. Let's start off with the roll call. Tiffany is with us. Good evening, Tiffany. Happy Tuesday to you as well. Dennis is in the house. Good evening, Dennis. Dennis just sent 400 stars. Thank you, Dennis. This is Dennis's 77th week sending stars. Thank you, Dennis. Tiffany just sent 200 stars. Thank you, Tiffany. Tiffany has sent stars 78 weeks. So Dennis is the king of stars. Tiffany is the queen of stars. Ross, good evening to you as well. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Bob is in the house. Bob is at the Oakland Coliseum tonight. He says he's not sure why, but here he is. Bob, because we want to keep the A's in our town, in the Bay Area. So Bob, thank you for the 50 stars as well. Bob has sent stars 44 weeks. Thank you so much, Bob. Jan is with us. Good evening, Jan. Jan says, sweet, so love this. Sweet, sweet. Jan, we love you as well. Thank you for joining us. Kathy just sent 50 stars. Thank you, Kathy. We have Kathy at 61 weeks sending stars. Thank you, Kathy. You are awesome. If you're wondering what the stars thing is, what all this talk about stars is, there's an icon right here you can click. You purchase stars. You can send those stars to your favorite live content creator on Facebook. Hopefully it's Castro Valley News. Could be anybody. It doesn't matter who you want to send stars to, but it is a cool way that you can send some monetary love to your favorite live content creator on Facebook. With that said, Ross just sent 50 stars. Ross, thank you, sir. We have Ross sending stars. Oh, I know. There you go. Ross has sent stars 41 weeks. Ross, thank you, sir. Gene is with us. Happy Tuesday to you as well. Gene, you were just in time for me to explain a little bit more about the stars thing. Again, there's an icon you can click right here near the comments. You click send stars. You do have to purchase stars. They don't cost a lot, but with that said, also Meta, Facebook takes a small portion of your purchase price. It's basically, I think, a cent per star or something like that. But the majority of your purchase price goes to the live content creator of your choice. Jan is in Georgia. Jan used to live in Castro Valley, lives in Georgia. You know, I love when we get listeners, viewers who are Castro Valley expats. I think that's the proper way of saying it. But folks that have lived in Castro Valley and moved elsewhere and still kind of stay in tune with their hometown through Castro Valley News. That is super cool. Jan in Georgia, good evening to you. Thank you for joining us a ways away from your hometown. Again, my name is Roberto. This is the Castro Valley News live show. We do this live show every Tuesday night from 7 to 8 or 8:30. Usually it's 8:30. Tonight we'll be rolling into 8:30. What we do, we start off every episode with something we call the roll call, which is an opportunity for folks listening to post up a comment. We say hello, and it's a good way for us to know who else is listening. Just in time, John is in the house. Good evening, John. Glad you can join us. Hope you and the family are doing well, and a happy Tuesday to you. Wouldn't be a show without Eileen. Happy summer Tuesday to you, Eileen. Eileen is asking, where's the sun? The sun is on the way. I hear we're going to have a heat wave starting this weekend. I think Friday and Saturday is going to be warm. So Eileen, thank you for the 50 stars. This is Eileen's 76th week sending stars. Thank you so much, Eileen. Hey, Mom's in the house. Hey, Mom. Love you. Hope you're doing well. Mom says, hello, Castro Valley. Today is Tuesday, June 27th, 2023. Bye. Ads. Mom, hope you're having a wonderful evening. Eileen just sent an additional 200 stars, so that brings Eileen to 250 stars. Thank you so much, Eileen. Appreciate your support. And again, this is Eileen's 76th week sending stars, and this is episode 218. We've been doing this 218 times. Let me move this camera so make sure I'm in frame. And whenever Jean is saying hello to Mom, hey Mom, we love you. I am just amazed, number one, that we have done this show 218 times. And I'm also amazed and honored and pleased that there are so many people who come back week after week after week after week to participate in this show and to talk about things that are important to us. With that said, Katie is with us. Good evening, Katie. Katie just sent 50 stars. This is Katie's, where do I have Katie? I have Katie, 21st week. Katie, thank you. Gina is in the house. Good evening, Gina. Go see Gina over at Innovations Hair Salon on Center Street. You'll be glad you did. With that said, Gina just sent 50 stars. Thank you, Gina. Glad you can join us, and I appreciate your support. This is Gina's 8th week sending stars. Thank you, Gina. Whoa, wait. I wanted to mention this again, since let's get into some of the normal stuff in the show. Again, anytime that you feel comfortable, if you're a new listener, post up a comment and we'll give you a shout out by your first name only, because we respect people's right to privacy, so we will not mention your last name. But absolutely, if you would like a shout out, post up a comment and say hello, and we'll give you a group shout out. First things first, let me mention this. You guys probably saw this within the past couple weeks. Good evening, Maggie. Maggie is with us. Wonderful evening to you, Maggie. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. Maggie, you're just in time. I'm going to toot a little bit of a horn here with our new magazine. Full-size magazine this time around. In case you've missed it, we've been doing the half-page magazine for a couple years now, and just recently we stepped up and we are publishing a full-size magazine. This is full color. It is beautiful. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but I do want to let you guys know we've got another one in the works, and this will be hitting the streets within just a couple weeks. So if you are a business owner and you like to boost the signal for your business, send me an inbox message, carrier pigeon, smoke signal, whatever's easiest for you. Tie two cans with string together and give me a shout that way. Whatever's easiest for you. But again, if you want to advertise in our magazine, please let me know, and I would love to meet you, number one, and I would love to learn more about your business and see what I can do to help you boost the signal for your business. So again, this I'm super, super proud of. Just the evolution here when we started with this thing right here. I think we did 56 or 57 of, and that blows my mind too, but 57 of these smaller magazines were published and circulated into the community. Dennis is asking about, talking about Billy and Bad business model closing. We are going to get to that later in the show, Dennis. And also, Dennis, I've got Billy coming on the show to talk in a couple weeks. So look forward to that. Thank you again, Dennis. We'll definitely be talking about that shortly. But I wanted to give you one more reminder. And I'll let you guys know in advance when these guys hit the streets. These are full color, glossy. I'm just super proud of these, how this magazine has evolved and grown over It's been a couple of years. So, anyways, I wanted to mention that. The next thing that I wanted to mention and apologize to folks who might not like the repetition here of mentioning this again. This is the summer book sale for the Friends of the Castro Valley Library. Every time they have a book sale, I let you guys know about it because I love these folks. I love what they do. The book sale and the bookstore in the Castro Valley Library, both of those two things are fundraisers for the library. So I can't say enough about the Friends of the Castro Valley Library and all of the wonderful things that they do. So August 4th, 5th, and 6th is going to be the summer book sale. That is going to be, it's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you like supporting a local nonprofit that does nothing but benefit the library, this is for you. I will be there. I will be spending money. I do just about every book sale. I'm there and I spend some money on something. And it just feels good to help these people help the library. Thank you so much, Maggie, for the 500 stars. You are awesome. Maggie's also a bookworm too, so I might see Maggie there, I hope. Thank you for the 500 stars, Maggie. You are awesome, and I appreciate your support so much. This is Maggie's 30th week sending stars. Getting back to the book sale here, and I won't invest too much time in this because I'll be mentioning this every week, at least for a moment. Getting to the brass tacks of what the Friends of the Castro Valley Library do. Every penny, every dime, every dollar gathered at the book sale and the bookstore and the library goes back to the library for materials and for programs. So the summer reading programs for children and adults are paid for, the most part, from the Friends of the Castro Valley Library. So you might be wondering, what do they have at the summer book sale? They have tables full of mystery, fiction, science fiction, children's books, antiquarian books, DVDs, CDs. The list goes on and on. And I'm telling you, friends, if you like getting bargains, you can walk out literally for $5. You can get 3 DVDs, a couple Blu-rays, a couple books. These items are just priced so nice. And also, the generosity of the community deserves a tip of the cap because the majority of the items at the book sale and the bookstore are things that are donated from the community. So it's an amazing circle of generosity and benefit to the community there. And Friends of the Castro Valley Library have been in existence for, I think like over 10 years, dating back to the old library on Redwood Road. And they've done so much wonderful stuff in the community and for the community and in the community. So please don't forget, mark your calendar if you haven't already, for the summer book sale. August 4th, 5th, and 6th coming up. You will probably see me there. You might see Maggie as well. Close this window here. Facebook has let me know that my stream is being lessened by opened applications. So I'm going to close some apps here. So yeah, cool. Just bear with me really quick, friends. I'm closing some apps here because Facebook just let me know that if I were to close some apps here, the live stream would be more robust. So that's all I can close there. So the next thing that I want to mention to you guys and bring to your attention again is Cruise Night coming up August 26th from 6 to 10 p.m. This is our 3rd event, and we expect this to be gangbusters. It's going to be a blast. Our first 3 events have been wonderful. We are scheduling this event purposely on the weekend of the Good Guys Finals in Pleasanton. You can expect to see amazing cars. A lot of folks who helped us organize. Well, the organizers are Castro Valley News, the music company, which is Mel Speed. We've got DJ David Alga. We've got the Castro Valley CHP. Alameda County Sheriffs are helping as well. All of our organizers guessed the last event attracted at least 1,000 classic cars, and that is amazing. Hundreds of thousands of people. It was an enormous and fun event. If you've ever seen American Graffiti, imagine that with people having fun. We have two DJs who will be playing oldies and fun music, and it's just a wonderful time to see classic cars cruising up and down the boulevard, and most importantly, hanging out with your neighbors, seeing neighbors. We've been dealing with the pandemic for years, and last year's event was the first that was post-pandemic. We did cancel a couple of them, I think one or two, at least one. It's all a blur, but last year's event was a blast. It was incredibly busy. There were so many people having fun, and we expect this year's event to be just as fun, just as packed, just as busy, just as wonderful as last year's event. Also, the most important thing about Cruise Night is please bring maybe $10, $20 that you can spend at our local businesses. I know we're kind of a sundown business here, sundown town here in Castro Valley, so a lot of businesses close when the sun is down, but there are still a number of businesses that remain open after the sun has gone down. There's a lot of restaurants in the village. There's Knutson's Ice Creamery. There's a lot of other places going down the boulevard that are open. There's JP's. Southern Comfort Kitchen. A lot of those businesses remain open for Cruise Night, and they do gangbusters business on Cruise Night. There's all the merchants in the marketplace on the Castro Valley on Castro Valley Boulevard. It's the Castro Valley Marketplace. Those businesses usually remain open. I know the cannery will be open. They are car enthusiasts as well. So please shop local, come downtown, and say hello and have a blast. Bring a chair to stake out a spot on the boulevard to see the wonderful classic cars on Castro Valley Boulevard. And again, if this year will be anything like last year's Cruise Night, you can expect to see thousands of classic cars parked and driving, hundreds of thousands of people on the boulevard, going from, I think, basically from Forest to all the way to Stanton. The parking lot at Golfland was full of classics as well. So, yeah, come on out and have a blast with your neighbors. Cruise Night is coming August 26, 2023, 6 to 10 p.m. Be there, be square. A lot of our regulars are not with us tonight. I'm gonna text Don, see if he's gonna be on the show tonight. We do have a lot of our regulars, but let me see if Don's gonna be with us. He might be busy. Michael B's not with us. He might have baseball duties in Amador County. Just texted Don to see if he's going to be with us tonight. And again, in just a few moments, we're going to have a guest from the Alameda County Sheriff's Office. Sergeant Gomez will be talking about scams. Since we usually do scams anyways, we're going to pick his brain about scams and what's happening with all of the scams that are prevalent. While we have some time, let's, per Dennis's request, let's talk about Billy Bradford. The announcement came out recently. Bad Business Model Bikes is going to be shutting down within a year. If you're not familiar with Bad Business Model Bikes, Billy Bradford's a local guy. He's an awesome guy. cares deeply about our community, and he's a bicyclist like I am. And what he has done over the past few years is really remarkable. He has gathered and repaired hundreds of bicycles and given them free of charge to folks who cannot afford a bicycle. Let's see, how many? I think this mentioned how many bicycles he has given out. Hundreds, hundreds of bicycles. Billy has given away hundreds of bicycles. He has volunteered his time to collect donated bicycles and repair them. He has had the help of Chris Padavana at Eden Bicycles. Chris and his staff showed Billy how to repair bicycles. Billy knew how to repair bicycles, but the things that he did not know how to do, Chris and his staff helped him learn how to do those things. And Billy and his significant other, they are going to be moving to Mexico. The family has a bed and breakfast there, and Billy and his significant other are going to be relocating to Mexico. And I told Billy this morning, I said, our Castro Valley's loss is Mexico's gain. So if you are interested, you can still email Billy, and let me find Billy's email address, because he is still collecting donations of bicycles, and I do have, there you go, I do have Billy's email address here. It is gobillybradford@gmail.com. And also I do have a link to Bad Business Model Bicycles on Facebook. I'm going to share that with you right there. So there's an email address and there's a link if you would like to donate a bicycle. I am personally sad to hear that that Billy is leaving Castro Valley. But I think, unfortunately, not everything good lasts. Sometimes spring is not eternal for wonderful things. But I wish Billy the best. I've known Billy for a number of years, dating back to when I was with the Castro Valley Forum over 10 years ago. And Billy is a passionate person about any issue that he supports. He's a very generous individual. And like I said, Castro Valley's loss is Mexico's gain in respect to Bad Business Model bikes shutting down. Billy is also the gentleman who brought Castro Valley Pride here to Castro Valley a lot of years ago. And I think that's another thing that we should be proud of, that we are one of the Castro Valley is one of the very first suburban communities to have their own Pride event, and that was the work of Billy Bradford. Castro Valley Pride started out on the corner of Redwood and Castro Valley Boulevard a lot of years ago, and it was basically an informal gathering on Pride weekend, and it grew to the wonderful event that it is every year at the high school. So thank you, Billy, for all that you've done in our community. And I know there's people in the community that disagree with Billy politically, but above and beyond that, the things that Billy has done with Bad Business Model bikes really is remarkable. It's really, really remarkable. And as a bicyclist myself, I think the joy and love that Billy has spread by fixing and repairing bicycles and giving them to people who can't afford their own bicycles, I think that is wonderful. Recently, Billy was nominated for a Jefferson Award. I think that's through CBS. And CBS did a wonderful profile on Billy and all of the wonderful stuff that he has done in the community. Billy also repairs wonderful higher end road bikes to provide to the AIDS life cycle riders, which is another pursuit of passion that Billy has had. I'm really just trying to process all this because for a while I had heard from a number of people that I know in town that this was kind of coming, that Billy was going to be moving to Mexico, and it's just trying to process it because things like that you know are going to happen, and then when they happen, it's trying to have it be processed and have the math make sense in your mind, and it's kind of difficult for me to think of a Castro Valley without Billy Bradford in it because he is such a passionate person and he does so much for so many people every week. Like I mentioned, hundreds of bicycles have been repaired and donated to people who cannot afford bicycles. And these people, they use their bicycles to travel to work for recreation. And I think it's really, really, it's commendable, to say the very least. Sean is in the house. Good evening, Sean. Welcome to the show. Glad you can join us. I had a feeling you'd be cruising in tonight, Sean. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Like I said, we will have Sergeant Gomez with the Alameda County Sheriff's calling in momentarily. We're going to talk scams. He is in charge. He is one of the sergeants involved in the Crimes Against Persons unit with the Alameda County Sheriffs, and we're going to talk scams. Every week we talk scams. I share a scam with you guys, something that I've received, something that you guys have received. But tonight we are going to be picking the brain of Alameda County Sheriff's Sergeant Gomez about scams. Sean says, Gomi is the man. There you go. Now I have a number of questions here. So if we end up rounding up the evening talking to Sergeant Gomez, we can do that. Here he is. Good evening, Sergeant Gomez. Thank you for calling in.
Absolutely.
Let me turn up the volume here a little bit, make sure people can hear you. Appreciate your time. Let me go ahead and introduce yourself and let our listeners know how long you've been with the sheriffs and a little bit about your expertise.
Sure. Sergeant Moises Gomez. I've been with the Alameda County Sheriff's Office for 17 years. Currently assigned to our property crimes unit within the Investigations Bureau at the Eaton Township Subdivision here at 150th and Julio and San Leandro. Been at DTS since 2011, so for some time.
Okay. Hey, let's jump right in here and let me let folks know who may not be clear. We've got Alameda County Sheriff's Sergeant Gomez, and we're going to be talking about scams. So, Sergeant, what are the most popular or prevalent scams circulating at the present?
So you have several. You have Eastern European nationals that are trying to sell jewelry. We have those where they'll try to sell some jewelry as real gold, and then they end up scamming people for money, taking the money and then actually giving fake gold or fake jewelry, or they end up taking the money, taking the jewelry, and then leaving as well. Therefore, leaving you with nothing, and you got your money pretty much stolen from you.
Are these people that drive by and solicit people on the street from time to time?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I've gone to some where they're on the side of the freeway, they hail somebody down, they stop, and very random encounters, and they get people to actually believe that they're going to buy a gold
only asked because I was actually solicited by someone on Castro Valley Boulevard maybe a month ago, driving by in kind of an expensive vehicle and said he was from somewhere else and did I want to buy a watch because he needed money for gas. Does this sound similar?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And then also, I mean, there's also a way to lure people in to stop, and what can eventually happen as well is people get carjacked or robbed at gunpoint. So when you're encountered by someone, say on the street, randomly on a vehicle, if there's more than one occupant, I would say continue to drive, don't stop. And if you're being followed, then drive to your nearest police station or call the police.
I was actually on foot, and the car stopped at the side of the road on the boulevard. So that was my suspicion that it was a scam. But I just said I don't have cash, and he repeatedly said cash for gold. Look at this, and I said I don't have any on me. So, and I apologize. I interrupted. You were discussing the most popular scams going around, and
no, that's one of them. Obviously, you almost were targeted as a victim yourself. There's also Bitcoin scams, and we have one that we're trying to get this gentleman's money back currently, where people will use there's a messaging app, WhatsApp,
mm-hmm.
and where people will go on there and a group will be formed where they're Bitcoin traders or they're trying to solicit people to join their group and start trading Bitcoin. It sounds like it's going to be fruitful and a good, return on their investment. And what ends up happening is people start depositing money into these Bitcoin accounts, and then once it hits the Bitcoin account, it gets spread into different accounts, and unfortunately for the victims that fall for this, their money gets sent to different countries, and it pretty much becomes untraceable. And it's very, very, very difficult, if at all, any success rate in recovering money for these Bitcoin scams because they get split into different accounts, and it's very difficult to trace these accounts, and oftentimes, the majority of times, the suspects are outside of the country in different countries, say Seychelles, China, countries that we don't have any jurisdiction in, and it's very, very difficult to try to track down who the actual suspects or suspects are in those cases. Oftentimes, victims, we inform victims to contact the FBI as well. But sometimes the FBI can't recover their money as well. So what we tell people is if you're solicited for Bitcoin through WhatsApp or any other type of social media platform, it's more than likely a scam. And to avoid trading Bitcoin with any unknown or unreliable source, unless they're doing it through a financial institution that is reliable.
Should people be wary of transactions or solicitations involving Bitcoin to begin with, or is that sort of currency, quote unquote, reliable in any way?
So there's people that do trade via Bitcoin, and they buy Bitcoin, and they're successful, and they're not being scammed. If you're going to do Bitcoin, I would suggest doing it through a very reliable source or a known source, like a bank or a financial institution that deals and trades Bitcoin specifically. For example, like Coinbase or any other company. I myself don't believe in a currency that I can't see, hold, or feel.
Mm-hmm.
So money for me is the number one. If I can't see it, feel it, or I'm not gonna buy it. But if people do buy Bitcoin and they're successful and they trade Bitcoin, but again, if you're gonna do it, I would suggest doing it through a reliable source, like a financial institution, like I said earlier. that actually trades Bitcoin and deals in Bitcoin specifically.
What are some of the other scams that are circulating now?
The other one that we see often is not as often as the Bitcoin is the skimmers. So what people do is, for example, an ATM machine or any machine that reads your credit card or debit card. What they do is they install what's called a skimmer, and it's a device that reads all of the information on the strip on the backside of a credit card, debit card, whatever type of instrument that you use for transactions, and it reads that information and it copies that information, and then it stores it on, like, let's say, a USB drive that these subjects have attached to the skimmer. They go back to that said machine, whatever it is, it could be a gas station or an ATM, and they remove that skimmer, and then that skimmer actually has, with that USB drive, has all the information of all the credit cards and debit cards that it has processed and read. And they take it to a machine that actually creates fictitious debit cards and credit cards, but they actually have all of the victim's information embedded into the magnetic strip of that new credit card or debit card that they created. So it has your PIN number, but it has all your account information. So if they swipe it, it's going to read as if it is John Doe's credit card or debit card, and they'll have that information, like, for example, your PIN number, that they'll be able to enter, and then make transactions at any given location.
That actually happened to me as well at one of the large drugstores here in Castro Valley, and it happened to a number of people there. And apparently, it was the machines that this business had that were legit were replaced by ones that implode if they're tampered with. But this was a number of years ago.
Right. So what I tell people is, the little, for example, gas station, it has the security strips that are wrapped around the actual face of the actual beam, the gas pump, and it wraps around to the side. If those are tampered in any way, like if they're removed or they're broken, the seal's broken, I would refrain from using that machine and move to a different one that actually has the tape intact. If you go to an ATM machine and you notice that the ATM machine, the actual area where you insert your card looks different, looks off, if you wiggle it and it just comes apart, which might happen, then refrain from using that ATM machine and notify the bank if it's within bank hours, because that's what happens is they put something on top of the ATM machine that looks to the naked eye like a normal ATM machine, but if you manipulate it anyway and it comes off, then they know it is a skimmer, and it has the device that's able to strip the information off of the back of your credit card or debit card.
So outside of the skimming devices and the jewelry situation that we were talking about, what are some of the other scams that are circulating that are worth mentioning?
You get the common ones where you get a phone call and it's they say it's the IRS. They have a warrant issued to your arrest if you don't, pay a certain amount of money that you owe. Unfortunately, we have, elderly victims that fall for it, and they actually end up, giving money via transactions. You also get the phone calls where they say, buy a certain amount of gift cards and send it to a specific location, and we get, unfortunately, elderly victims, again, provide, them with those gift cards, and they end up, taking a lot of money out of their own bank accounts to do so. So it's just people that prey on, elderly victims for the majority of the part. A lot of people, like, for example, I get those phone calls on my cell phone. I just hang up because I know they're a scam. However, an elderly person, might actually feel like it is a legit transaction that they're taking part in, so they actually will take money out. And eventually, they might actually end up losing a lot of money, which is what we see that as well. Again, tracing those back to a suspect or suspects is very, very difficult because guys are taking money from their own financial institution, buying multiple gift cards in different denominations, and then sending it off to a fictitious address. Mostly their warehouses, and then those warehouses come back to a fake business. So it makes it very difficult to track down a suspect. So again, any phone call that seems very suspect or suspicious, that you know you are not getting, that you know you don't have any involvement in, I would say, hang up and don't deal with that person. If you have, an elderly, grandparent or parent, I would also tell them and advise them that if they receive phone calls from a financial institution, to just hang up or tell them that you're going to have somebody call them back, as opposed to trying to deal with any financial transactions via telephone, because those normally don't occur that way, or they never occur that way. Never give your financial information over the telephone to someone who you don't know or cannot verify their identity. Just make them aware that you or someone else in the family would actually take care of that transaction for them, and then therefore we can know and understand that it is a scam, and just educate our older parents or grandparents that they don't fall victims to these scams and lose out a lot of money, because unfortunately it happens very often, unfortunately.
Are a lot of the scams generated targeting seniors, or is it just kind of across the board?
So the majority do target elderly, like senior citizens, and the reason why is because they get that
they panic.
The other person on the other line will get them with a certain line, and then they engage them in conversation, get their trust, and then that is where they win over the senior citizen victims, and then they start losing money. And at times, unfortunately, it's more than several transactions, and we've seen people lose upwards of over $400,000. Unfortunately, it's difficult to see, because I know these people have their life savings, and then all of a sudden someone engages in a conversation, gains their trust, and completely takes advantage of our senior citizen population.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to filter that out, because again, those phone calls are randomly targeted to people, but they get that one person and they gain their trust, and they get them in conversation, and then there it is. They just it's unfortunately it's very hard to avoid, unless we educate our senior citizens and let them know, if a transaction is being asked to be over the phone that requires your personal and financial information, do not give it to anyone over the phone, because that's not how businesses interact with people.
What are some of the charges, the penalties that these scammers face if and when they're tracked down?
You have embezzlement, elder abuse, since a lot of our victims are senior citizens, financial elder abuse, and then you also have identity theft. So those are all felonies, and they hold weight behind the actual punishment. But again, it's being able to track down these suspects and actually pinpoint them, and then from there start sticking these charges to them.
So if I am answering a phone and someone is asking for information, what are the red flags for things being asked for that indicate it's a scam?
So number one is personal information.
What kind of information?
Name, full name, date of birth, social security number is a huge red flag. If they're asking for payment over the phone for a service that you are not familiar with, or don't believe that you have made or used, then that's a red flag as well. Anytime they ask for any transaction over the telephone, I would highly suspect as being suspicious,
Um, how often is money attained through scams returned? And is that, how feasible is that to get money back from someone who's been scammed, for someone who's been scammed?
Um, it's hard. I have not, since I have been in my unit, I have not been able to recover money for someone who's been a victim of a financial scam like that. Like I said earlier, especially Bitcoin, because a lot of mostly all that money goes overseas to different accounts, and it changes accounts so many times, and then it becomes pretty much untraceable. Any type of financial scam over the telephone, where gift cards are purchased, again, very difficult to trace a suspect down, because again, that money gets sent to a fictitious business, and there's no one person that is sitting there collecting this money. The people that are doing these scams are very smart, and they're constantly changing locations, names, addresses. So it's very, very, very difficult to track them down. So I would say it's very hard to recover any money um, for victims that have fallen to financial scams, unfortunately.
Can we talk a minute about the email scam solicitations that are basically phishing for information? Do those cross your desk?
You know what? No. But we at the sheriff's office receive, a lot of training with phishing emails, and those are pretty easy to spot. It'll you can tell sometimes there's spelling errors, grammatical errors, sentences that aren't, put together the way someone would normally write. Those are red flags. Then you have, where people will take a logo and they try to manipulate it so it looks like an actual face page of a website, but it doesn't. It looks off. Those are red flags as well. When you get an email and the sender has, um, it's a very odd sender name, then that's a red flag as well. Those are accounts or emails that I would just delete or suggest deleting or not replying to. But as far as those coming across our desk in my unit, we don't see the email phishing scams often, or I haven't seen one at all. The majority of them are skimming, being taken advantage of for fake scams in person. The Bitcoin scams from any social media platform, um, but no email scams. I have yet to see one email phishing scam.
Does your unit deal with person to person sales from online and some of the scams that happen with that, like eBay or OfferUp or?
No, but that's how a lot of stolen goods are recovered. Fortunately, we get a lot of crooks like to use OfferUp, and
Craigslist,
other.
not eBay. Yeah.
Exactly. Facebook Marketplace, things like that, to sell stolen items. So we can use that and try to track down victims' property, and use that platform. So that's been fruitful for us. Um, but as far as people being scammed, it used to be a big issue for robberies,
Mm-hmm.
where they'll sell a cell phone, and then people would meet, and then they get robbed of the actual money, and there's no exchange of goods. Um, that kind of has tapered off a little bit, or a lot, but that used to be a big issue with our robbery crimes.
Last question, might be asking you to paint the issue with a broad brush, but what are some of the most important things that people can do to not fall prey to these scammers?
So number one, if you have senior citizen grandparents or parents, educate them and tell them to correspondence via telephone or email to contact the family member to assist them in dealing with that matter. As far as like a skimming scam, make sure that you have alerts set because I know there's financial institutions that will alert you if you have any fraudulent, what it looks like or it seems fraudulent to your financial institution. You can either get text message alerts to your cell phone or receive an email from your financial institution. So pay attention to those, take immediate action, don't ignore them. Lock your debit card and or credit card and immediately contact your financial institution and advise them of any type of fraudulent activity that you've noticed on your account. Therefore, you don't lose out on the money. I believe financial institutions have a time frame of being able to report fraudulent transactions so that they can actually refund that money. And they'll start an actual investigation within their financial institution and look into the matter. And if they deem that it is fraudulent, then the full refund of whatever money that was lost in your personal banking will be refunded to you. But you have to take swift action. So I would say set up those alerts. And a lot of banks actually have the ability on your mobile phone to be able to go on and lock your debit or credit card to your financial institution so that if you notice a fraudulent transaction, you can immediately lock it, and then therefore no more transactions can be made. And then again, if you're contacted out in public for any type of service or good that just seems too good to be true or something that you don't feel comfortable with dealing, then in your example, if you don't want to deal with it, just tell them, hey, I don't have any cash, I'm not interested, simply walk away. And again, if they're persistent, then I would say contact 911 and have them on speaker. Therefore, the subject that's trying to solicit your attention for any type of monetary gain on their behalf, they can hear that you're on the phone with the police and actually deter them from trying to continue to be persistent in offering you the product that they're trying to sell. Or if in the event they're trying to, say, rob you, then it actually will be a deterrent as well, so that they know that you're on the phone with the police.
It is remarkable how sophisticated these scammers have become, and it seems with AI happening and those scams happening, what has been the most sophisticated scam that you've seen personally or heard about?
For me, it's been the Bitcoin, and the reason being is just the amount of money that people have lost over the Bitcoin craze and the want to get a huge gain on return on your investment. People want to get rich overnight, and so people are willing to spend and send hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, there's a gentleman that we're trying to help get his money back, and he's $700,000+ that he's spent on Bitcoin, and now that money is for the most part all gone, and there's no way of being able to recover that. So the Bitcoin it's pretty sophisticated with how they get the money and the way the money moves and how fast it moves, and the fact that it's almost untraceable because it's moving so fast in different accounts, and the money is going overseas. So for us to be able to seize that money and freeze accounts and get money back to the victim is, I'll say it, it's impossible at times. Unless it happens so fast, you're able to get an account and that money's there, you lock the account, and the company that you're dealing with is able to, locate that account and see how much money is in there and actually lock that account. Then maybe we'll have some success of recovering money. But other than that money moves so fast. It's, to me, that's probably the most sophisticated way that these scammers are getting money. And they're not getting a little bit of money. They're getting a lot of money, unfortunately, from our victims.
So was that an investment scam for Bitcoin, or was that some sort of other scam?
No, it's a Bitcoin investment
Okay.
scams. They want you to put your money into this account, and it seems legit, and they want to give you a good, let's say, a return on investment. People want to get rich fast, and unfortunately, they fall for it. They deposit a good amount of money in there into different accounts, and then all of a sudden, that money is now gone and moved into different accounts, and that money is no longer there. And then they panic, reach out to law enforcement agencies, and we try to do as best we can with dealing with the bank, and the bank, will tell us like, hey, these accounts no longer have money. So yeah, it's pretty much like a Bitcoin investment scam, and then people put money in there, thinking they're going to get a nice return on investment, and unfortunately, that money just gets moved, and it's no longer traceable.
Sergeant Gomez, I have no other questions, and there's no questions from the folks listening. Thank you so much for your time. Was there something that I forgot to ask, or something that you feel should be mentioned?
No, this is a little off topic. It's not in regards to scams. It's in regards to the trend of, robberies of, our victims going to ATM machines and getting followed home, and then being robbed in front of their home and not followed into their home. I would say to the people that are listening, when you do go to an ATM machine, just be vigilant. If you're going to go to an ATM machine and withdraw, a good amount of money, have somebody come with you so that they can actually be your eyes in the back of your head, because these people are just preying on, these victims that go to ATM machines. They watch them withdraw, money. They follow them home, or they stop them in the middle of the roadway and rob them, oftentimes at gunpoint, and traumatize these people. So, and these guys will, get away. So just be vigilant when going to an ATM machine and withdrawing money. That way, you're not falling away from the ATM machine back to your home and being robbed. That's been an upward trend, not just in our jurisdiction, but neighboring jurisdictions as well. And these poor victims are being traumatized. They get robbed, in front of their home, sometimes followed into their home, and or stopped in the middle of the road and getting robbed. Getting a gun, pointed at you is not a pleasant thing to have happen to anyone. So if we can try to avoid that by just educating our citizens to just be vigilant when they're going to an ATM machine to withdraw money, that I hope would cause a downward trend in these types of robberies, and traumatize these our citizens.
Probably a better idea would be to go into the bank during operating hours. That way nobody can see you making that huge withdrawal. Not to say that Go ahead.
This is true, but oftentimes,
convenience is king.
You walk into a bank and there's a very long line, especially on Fridays.
Yeah.
And if you want to withdraw money just to have money for the weekend, or any type of grocery shopping or shopping in general, it's just so easy to go to an ATM machine, withdraw money, but just keep your head on a swivel is what I would recommend and say to the citizens of Alameda County, or anywhere for that matter. Just be vigilant. That way, we don't become victims to these robbers. So
we've had Ray Kelly on the show a number of times, and the thing that he's always said about in regards to crime is a lot of them are crimes of opportunity.
100%. That is 100% true.
Yeah, and if you can minimize that opportunity as much as you can, you're going to be in a better position.
I couldn't say it better myself.
Thank you, Sergeant. I appreciate your time, and thank you for all the work that you're doing in the community. And definitely, I really appreciate the information that you have, because every Tuesday night we talk about scams, because my inbox is full of them. And, I get them in the mail, I get phone calls. So the more that we can, spread this information to our friends and neighbors, that hopefully will pass them on to senior citizens so that they won't fall prey to these things, the better, because it's despicable that these people target elderly people. It's disgusting to me. It really is.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you 100%, Robert. 100%. Yep.
Thank you again, sir, for your time. I appreciate you taking a huge chunk of your evening out to share.
Oh yeah, not a worry. Not a worry at all. Anything to help.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you again, sir.
Hey, no problem, Robert. You take care.
You too.
All right, have a good night.
You too. Thank you, Sergeant Gomez. Thank you to McMillan for arranging that as well. And again, we were just talking to Alameda County Sheriff Sergeant Gomez. We were talking about scams and all the different ones that are circulating. Let me say hello to Don, sent 10 stars while we were talking to Sergeant Gomez, and also Meredith, Michael S., Don, and Michael B. Welcome to the show. Let's see. Michael S. says, this broadcast going to be on the site. I'd like to watch it again later because I missed the first half. Michael S., yes, this show will stay in its entirety on the page, and you can watch it and listen to it as many times as you like. That was part of the weekly scam segment that we do on the show. And again, that was Alameda County Sheriff's Sergeant Gomez. Thank you so much for your time again. And if you have listened to any of the previous shows when we talk about scams, like I said, the fact that these scammers target elderly people and our seniors, to me, is just super despicable. To target and victimize some of our how do I say this gently? It makes me sick that these scammers target elderly folks, and really what they do is they pinpoint their panic and they prey on it, and it's disgusting to me without saying it any other way. So let's get on to the rest of the show. You're welcome, Sean. My pleasure. Let's get Sean on the show in a future show. Kimberly, good evening. Hope you're doing well. Michael B says Don is not on. Don was with us. He might not be with us now. But let's get to the rest of the show, shall we? Let me get back. Let's do a giveaway, shall we? Because we have a little bit of time left, and I want to do that. And I do have a question here for the Anytime giveaway. So every show, we have a trivia question, and I give away a gift card to, yeah, Don is here. Don just commented. Let's see. Yeah, Don is in the house. Don also sent 10 stars. Thank you, Don. This is Don's 70th week sending stars. Let me get to the giveaway here. And thank you to all of our sponsors for the show, which are the sponsors in the magazine. That is the Castro Valley Marketplace. Go say hello to them at the Tiki Bar. It comes out Mondays and Fridays, 3 to 8 p.m., Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Free tiki glass with your drink. Thank you so much to Leslie Peterson, Evolve Real Estate. They are on Center Street. The address is 19633 Center Street. Thank you so much to Leslie Peterson Real Estate. Thank you to Halo Branded Solutions. Bibi Duarte is your local Halo salesperson. She does promotional items. Maybe if you're looking to get some ball caps made, some pencils made with your logo, hit up Bibi Duarte with Halo Branded Solutions. This will not take too long because we don't have a lot of people to mention here, but we do have Pete's Ace Hardware to mention. Pete's Ace Hardware has handmade pies located in the store, and they are handmade by a business in Bay Area. I believe they're in Santa Cruz. Thank you, Pete's Ace Hardware. Thank you to Maggie Castillo-Jaima. She is the wonderful reverse mortgage specialist, and she is an awesome person who has supported the show and Castro Valley News for tons of years. Last but not least, thank you so much to the Christy Pashot team. They live in Castro Valley. They are based in Pleasanton. And if you are looking for luxury homes, ranches, and land real estate. They are your go-to people. Again, thank you, Christy Pichot team. Let's do a giveaway here, okay? I have a ton of gift cards here, and one will go to the person who provides the correct answer to the trivia question. Let's go down the list of all of the gift cards and gift certificates I have here, and I have a ton of them. $20 to the Hallmark store in the Village Shopping Center. I have $20 to Pampas, located on Redwood Road next to Trader Joe's. I've got $25 to Pete's Ace Hardware, located on Castro Valley Boulevard. I have $20 to Night Owl, located in the Castro Valley Marketplace. This card is good at the Night Owl, Pizza the Bay, and Occulto. So you can choose $20 to any of those three businesses. Holy smokes, $20 to Restore and Rework, located on San Carlos Avenue. The owner is wonderful Micaiah. $20 to Valley Java on Stanton. Go say hi to Vince and get yourself some delicious coffee. $20 to the Castro Valley Natural Grocery in the Village. I'm sorry, not in the Village, in the Castro Valley Marketplace on the Boulevard. More coffee, delicious, $20, Cafe 4. Hey, this is good coffee. They're located across from Three Cross Church. Slow down here. $20 to Seven Hills Bakery, located in the Castro Valley Marketplace. More coffee, more delicious Mediterranean food. Cafe Rumi, corner of Center and Higher. Go say hello to Suhalia and the wonderful staff there. $20 to Elevate Home Decor on Somerset next to Al's Market. I'm sorry, I have a lot of gift cards because I like to spend local. $20 to Rudy's Donuts. If you don't know where Rudy's Donuts is, I'm going to tell you. They are on Castro Valley Boulevard next to Yandel. Rudy's has been in Castro Valley for so many years. So much delicious stuff there. $20 to Handsome Don's Shop, One Bad Apple Records on Castro Valley Boulevard. There's an end to these gift cards very soon, I promise you. $20 to European Market and Catering, one of Castro Valley's hidden gems on Redwood Road. Hey, a month of unlimited yoga at Castro Valley Yoga. Castro Valley Yoga is located on Castro Valley Boulevard. Hey, $20 of wonderfulness at Daily Dose. Vegan food, vegan treats, candies, CBD supplements. Daily Dose is online, but they deliver free to Castro Valley. Hey, Crossroads Specialty Foods, located at the corner of East Castro Valley Boulevard and Center. Go say hi to David. He's got about 5,000 different items from around the world, from Russia, from everywhere, Italy, Sweden, all over the world. Wonderful stuff. Hey, we've got $24 to Always Yours Bakery Cafe, located in the Castro Village Shopping Center. Hey, we've got $20 to Wen's Cafe, next door to the Castro Valley Marketplace. Last but not least, we have a pet spa day to Classy Canine Wiggle Rumps. Classy Canine Wiggle Rumps is located a few doors down from Handsome Don on Castro Valley Boulevard. I don't have any more, so let's get to the giveaway, shall we? Kimberly says I should have a gift card from Southern Comfort. I will do that. We've given away a lot of gift cards to Southern Comfort Kitchen, but I'll get one from them this week per your request, Kimberly. Thank you. Without further delay, the giveaway text line is 510-331-9112. So how this works is I just gave you the text number, and I will pose a trivia question that is Castro Valley related, and the first person to provide the correct answer will receive a gift card from the business of their choice. And there's a ton here to choose from. Let me count them so I know right off the top of my head. There's 1, 2, 3. 19. There's 19 businesses here to choose from. Michael B suggests do one from Safeway. Maybe. Safeway's a chain, and I kind of like to give my money to the independent businesses here in Castro Valley, which Southern Comfort Kitchen is definitely independent. So here we go. Without further ado, let me give you the phone number one more time here. The giveaway text line is 510-331-9112. Again, the first person to text the correct answer to the trivia question wins a gift card to the business of their choice from the aforementioned businesses. Here we go. Where in Castro Valley can you find a hatchery? Excuse me, let me start that again. Where in Castro Valley can you find a hatcher with no eggs? 510-331-9112 is the text line. Michael B says, do one from Al's Market. I believe Al's Market doesn't have gift cards because I have asked them numerous times. I've inquired, and they do not have gift cards, unfortunately. So here's the question one more time. Where in Castro Valley can you find a hatcher with no eggs? 510-331-9112 is the text line. Act now with your guesses. 510-331-9112. The question one more time is where in Castro Valley? Oh, Katie is fast. Katie is the winner. And the answer is, I'll give you the question and the answer. And Katie, congratulations. The location in Castro Valley where you can find a hatcher with no eggs, Rick Hatcher Insurance. That is Farmers Insurance, 2775 Castro Valley Boulevard. Congratulations to Katie. She has won tonight. She has won before. I'm going to guess Katie probably wants the gift card to Restoring the Work. So let me text Katie. I'll just text Katie from my phone. Congratulations, Katie. She won the giveaway. And I'll give you the question and the answer one more time. The location in Castro Valley where you can find a hatcher with no eggs, that is Rick Hatcher Insurance, Farmers Insurance, 2775 Castro Valley Boulevard. I have no other material for tonight's show. So I think what we're going to do, yeah, I was right. Katie is looking for the Restore and Rework gift card. Friends, since I have no more show, why don't we just call it an end to the episode right now. This has been episode 218. You guys have been awesome. Let me go down the stars honor roll here. Thank you so much to Dennis, who sent 400 stars. Tiffany sent 200 stars. Bob sent an additional 1,000 stars. So that brings him to 1,050 stars. Bob, don't think I didn't notice that. Thank you, Bob. Kathy sent 50. Ross sent 50. Eileen sent 250 stars. Katie sent 50 stars. Gina sent 50. Maggie sent 500. Handsome Dawn sent 10. Let's see. Michael S. says, congratulations to Katie. Jean says, good one, Katie. Let's see. Michael B's got some big news for the Christmas Village. You gotta let me know, Michael B, so I can announcement. Kathy says, congratulations, Katie. Hey, I would be remiss in mentioning, you know what, Jan, thank you for joining us from Georgia. We are so glad that you could join us tonight. Thank you, Sean, for participating. And thank you so much to Alameda County Sheriff Sergeant Gomez for sharing your expertise and knowledge in regards to scammers. And basically, Sean had mentioned in the comments, if it is too good to be true, it likely is. Hey guys, thank you for joining us tonight. We will be back next Tuesday night. No, actually, no, I need to mention that. That's another thing that I definitely wanted to mention before we concluded the show. Because next Tuesday is the 4th of July, we will not be doing a show next Tuesday, but we will be back the following Tuesday. And let me let you know the date for that. And I should have had that at my fingertips. So again, make note. You have a great night, Tiffany. That goes right back at you. So please make a note on your calendar right now, because next Tuesday is the 4th of July. We will not be having a show because I can guess that you guys are going to be doing funner stuff than watching the show. And we will return with a new show July 11th. I'm just writing that down right now. So guys, have a wonderful 4th of July. Have a safe and sane one. Meredith, yes, she says, would be too many fireworks to be able to hear me. Yes. Let's end the show right now since we're talking about the 4th of July. And I know, well, shoot, we might end up going to 8:30. Fireworks are not legal in Alameda County. And while I do not have a dog anymore, I'm going to share with you how traumatic it was for Hank during the 4th of July. And hardcore listeners, hardcore viewers will remember Hank was my dog. He unfortunately passed a year ago, but I'm gonna try and not lose it here talking about Hank. Hank was a delicate flower. He was a big lump of brown sugar, and fireworks scared the heck out of him. And I know there's people out there listening who love their fireworks. Holy moly, I was a kid once too. I'm still a kid. I loved fireworks. I love fireworks. My love for fireworks has changed. It has evolved over the years because I had a dog who was afraid of them. So my love for fireworks changed. And for those of you out there listening, watching, let me just let you know, these loud booms scare the hell out of dogs. And most 4th of July events. Micaiah, welcome to the show, Micaiah. Micaiah, you missed that Katie won a $20 gift card from your wonderful business. I don't know where I put it. Here it is. So, Micaiah, welcome to the show. If you don't know who Micaiah is, she owns Restore and Rework on San Carlos. If you are looking to get your, if you're looking for a one-of-a-kind antique, if you're looking to have your furniture upcycled and made to look amazing, please go see Micaiah. Do yourself a favor. She is super talented with making old furniture look amazing. Micaiah, thank you for all you do to support the community. There you go. Micaiah just sent 200 stars. Thank you so much, Micaiah. Micaiah, I was just ranting about fireworks and dogs. And Micaiah just sent 200 stars. You are so appreciated, Micaiah. This is Micaiah's 31st week. Stepping back on my soapbox when it comes to fireworks. I know they're fun. I know it's great to light something and have it go kaboom. It's fun to see all of the beautiful colors and all that stuff. But guys, be mindful that there are dogs that are so sensitive and so frightened, and cats. Animals can have the heck scared out of them by fireworks. Also, you can't just mention pets with fireworks. There are people who have been in the armed service, who have PTSD, who are sensitive to these fireworks. Bear that in mind, that there are a lot of veterans, former service people. Some of our first responders are also super sensitive to Um, Fireworks. And I know it's fun, I know it's a blast, no pun intended, but please just bear in mind that there are people in the community, people that are your neighbors who have pets. They can go running. Their loved pets can disappear because of your fun. Just bear in mind that a little courtesy goes a long way. And I did not mention enough, absolutely, when it comes to veterans, people who have served in the armed forces, people who are first responders with Sheriff CHP. They might be sensitive to these loud booms as well. So a little courtesy goes a long way, and it just all goes to being neighborly, being nice to your neighbors, because you may not be courteous to them, and they may not be inclined to be courteous in return to you. So you get what you give. It's a golden rule. Anyways, I have been Roberto. Thank you so much to Sergeant Gomez for all the wonderful information when it comes to scams. We highlight scams every episode. We'll be back again. Please make a note. We will be back July 11th for the next episode, because next Tuesday is the 4th of July. Please stay safe, be good to your neighbors, and as always, if you're after getting all the honey, then you don't go killing all the bees. Take care, everyone.